Hello there, everybody, and today I'm reviewing Wednesday Season 2, Part 1. So, I can't believe Wednesday's already come out, and this show is really great. It's as good as Season 1. I definitely prefer Season 1, but this season already starts off with a bang as Tim Burton continues to impress the audience with his creative craft when it comes to the Addams Family. And Jenna Ortega is beautiful as Wednesday. She still is great as this character. She just looks the part still. And this season takes place the next school year. So I'm going to guess it takes place a few months after season 1. But Wednesday's going back to Nevermore with her brother this time, who's ready for school. And he had a massive growth spurt. I don't know, he just looks a lot older. He looked kind of like a little kid the last season, but now he's like a teenager. It's wild how the actor grew up fast since the last season. But the other actors haven't aged a day, honestly. But there is a new serial killer roaming around Nevermore, and it's up for Wednesday to investigate what is going on, while also dealing with her new stalker. So if you don't know, the last season, she got a phone, but she was getting creepy messages from a stalker, and we don't know who that was. But it turns out she actually destroyed the phone literally during the summer. So that whole arc of Wednesday not wanting to use a phone, and she finally gets a phone, and she's just like, nah, I'm just going to get rid of it. But during the summer, she got captured by a serial killer who's played by I forget his name, Haley Obman. I probably just said it wrong, but he plays this creepy doll maker who kind of reminds me of the doll maker from Batman. That obscure Batman villain who kills people and then uses their parts as like part of his doll creations. But Wednesday gets captured and she discovers that she has a new psychic ability. Because last season it was all about her getting visions of that show the future. This time when she does get her visions, she gets black tears. And it's a very unique power for her to have. But she's able to break free from the serial killer by the help of Thing, who has returned in this season. But Wednesday even takes down the serial killer by pulling out a large butcher's knife, and it's just, we get that creepy smile of Wednesday. But we even saw the infamous airport scene earlier, which was in the trailer. And she tries to load as many weapons as she can, but she's not allowed because of the airport security. But I thought this season was going to be about this creepy doll maker dude, but nah, he's just a one-off villain. But this season explores like a serial killer who has a bunch of crows who kills people. And we also see the return of the officer who is Tyler's dad, who is suspected to be part of the case, but he actually gets murdered the next episode, where it appears that his eyes were taken out. It's just super graphic, and I'm surprised they killed him off so early. I thought he was going to be like a major player this season. I honestly thought he wasn't going to return, but he did. But throughout this whole season, Wednesday is trying to get used to the school, but she keeps getting encountered by various classmates who wanted her autograph because she saved the school the last season. But there's also a new principal. I forget who he's played by, but I think his character is really unique. He just has carries a lot of energy as the principal. We also see Christopher Lloyd's character in this show. He is apparently a jar in a head. Like a head in a jar, my bad. And he just looks so freakish. Perfect style for Tim Burton. But speaking of perfect style, we also get this backstory where Wednesday's brother is roommates with Eugene from the last season, and they learn about this story which flashes to like something we'd see in the Nightmare Before Christmas style of animation, where we see this stop motion creature of someone putting like a heart in some dude, and it's meant to be like a Frankenstein-like story. I thought that scene was super creepy. That's the style I like when it comes to Tim Burton. He definitely took his time when doing this. We also get a lot of flashbacks with Wednesday as a little girl and Uncle Fester. But these flashbacks also are in black and white. It's kind of like paying homage to that very old Addams Family show from the 60s. I thought that was nice homage. But the main thing that we do see throughout this whole season is we see more of the parents. We see the main Addams Family, Gomez, the main mom, Addams Family, Martina. I'm sorry, I'm not good with names, but we see those two a lot more. We feel their chemistry between Wednesday, and we feel their chemistry as a couple. But the main thing that also returns in this show is Edith. I love to see her throughout this whole season, but apparently she's a target to the serial killer after Wednesday has like a vision of Edith's grave, and Edith says in the vision, I died because of you. So now Wednesday is trying to do whatever it takes to save Edith from death, basically. But she also has a new hairstyle in this season. I actually really like it. I definitely prefer her last hairstyle. But the main thing that goes on for Edith's story is that she's having love drama with the dude with the beanie hat. I forget his name. The two were dating, but now they're not really talking anymore because they had some drama over the summer because they didn't really talk to each other. So that storyline is just whatever in my opinion. But the main interesting thing that goes on is when Wednesday does find out who her stalker is. I'm jumping a lot throughout this whole season. I don't know if I'm going to be talking about specific episodes. I'm just going to be talking about what goes on throughout this whole season. But the stalker is revealed to be this new girl. I forget her name. I can look at the IMDb. But it's revealed to be... It's revealed to be Agus Demons, who looks like Wednesday, but she has like orange hair. She apparently is the stalker to Wednesday and is leaving cryptic messages, and she later becomes the assistant to Wednesday when she starts to investigate what is going on. Earlier in episode 1, there was a ceremony for Nevermore, and Wednesday ended up having to go into the woods area that they built that looked like a giant like bird, I'm pretty sure, and that creature looked awesome. I don't know how Tim Burton did it, but it was able to fly, and Wednesday had to save her book that she made because her stalker ended up stealing it. But of course, the next few episodes where things get really good as the pieces come together. We also do see the return of the Hive, who is played by Hunter Zolomon, I'm pretty sure. But his character has been in prison this whole time, in a mental institution. We also see the return, big spoilers, Christina Ricci's character, who is also in the facility, who is trying to free Tyler because of everything that he did in the last season. But Wednesday ends up finding out about the crow creature. But probably my favorite episode, one of my favorite episodes of this season, was definitely the summer camp episode. It kind of reminded me of the other Addams Family movie sequels where they go to summer camp. This is where the Nevermore students are forced to go up against a park ranger team, and they're forced to play games. But if one of them wins, then they get to basically take over the camp and have a nice summer there. Well, not really nice summer, but just a nice little stay vacation. for the school. But Wednesday, of course, wins the tournament. It's actually a pretty entertaining scene. I like the scene where she zip lines across and kicks out the main dude who almost won. But the main thing that goes on is once it's revealed who the crow serial killer is, it's revealed to be the lady who played Randy Meeks' sister from the Scream movies. I was surprised it was her who was the crow person. But she's out for revenge at this mental institution. But Wednesday ends up sending her Uncle Fester to go find out who it could be. But he ends up falling in love at the place. And when Wednesday does show up, it ends up happening that the hive ends up getting unleashed. He ends up getting freed. And I thought Wednesday was going to die at the last minute of this episode. But we did see a little teaser for part 2 of this season. But it turns out Wednesday's going to be in a coma. And Wednesday actually gets thrown out a window. I'm surprised she survived, honestly. But the hive is apparently out there, and he's going to cause more chaos. But I think I got over most things that happened this season. But the main thing that was addressed throughout this whole season is what happened to Percy Hem's White's character, Xavier. So, if you don't know, he faced a lot of allegations of things he did, and I'm not really going to go over it, but he was fired from Wednesday, and they addressed his character quite a bit throughout these few episodes. He was moved to a different school, which I guess makes sense, but I'm completely fine with the character being written off because, I don't know, I just didn't really care for the love storyline with Wednesday. I just don't think it really suits her character since she comes off as more antisocial, and she still shows that throughout this whole season where she just says cryptic things, she just says dark things, she has dark jokes, and it's just perfect for the personality of Wednesday. But overall, I think Wednesday Season 2 was a really great season overall. IGN, for some reason, didn't really like this season of Wednesday. But I certainly did. I'd probably give it an 8 out of 10. Like I said, I definitely prefer Season 1. I like the mystery of everything, and I really do like this cast overall. It's unique for what the characters do. I also forgot to mention we saw more of I like how we saw more of the brother. We got to see his storyline where he meets a zombie from earlier of the episode, where he ended up accidentally resurrecting one, and he has to take care of it throughout this whole 4 episodes. I thought that was a unique plot, but we're probably going to see a lot more of him the last 4 episodes. But Jenna Ortega, you are amazing as Wednesday Addams. I'm really curious what you're going to do with part 2 of this show and with season 3 of Wednesday. So, yeah, I don't think I got anything else to say. So, did you see Wednesday season 2 so far? What do you think of it? So, anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you all next time.